Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you 7 creative ways to explode and increase your online sales. Either you are a online Shopify merchant or just running an online business or just really a standard online business model, then you're going to find some couple of useful things from today's videos because we're going to be covering competitor research, email marketing, advertising, and pretty much a bunch of other standard stuff. And I'm going to explain you how you can integrate ChatGPT's agents and use something called connectors to really make sure that you are connecting your business voice and business data from your side to really have that output that will help you increase and skyrocket your online sales, guys. Okay, so if that sounds good, let's go ahead and dive into it right away. Okay, so the first one would be an email campaign autopilot, right? So what I mean by this is that right now you can use ChatGPT's agent, guys. And by the way, if you're just starting off, obviously you need ChatGPT. You can't really do all of this without ChatGPT. So go to ChatGPT, create an account, okay, and you should be seeing the screen. So just a couple of days ago, they updated to ChatGPT 5. So this is the new UI, guys, and we're using ChatGPT 5 today, all right? So and also make sure that you're using agent mode right here, right? So if you don't see it, just go here on the plus sign, click on agent mode, and you should see the agent mode right now, right? So cool. What we can do with email campaign autopilot, guys, okay? And note, I'm not going to be running an agent because actually when you run an agent for complex stuff, it takes roughly 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. So if I'm going to be running this for every 7 AI agents in ChatGPT, it's gonna take us until tomorrow, guys. Okay, but I'm explaining you how it works and how to do this. Okay, guys. So the first one will be an email campaign autopilot, which means that you can basically connect your Gmail and other CRMs. For example, if you have, if I go to sources here and I click on connectors, right? So here we have Gmail. We have Google Drive and Notion, right? And we have even HubSpot. So if you have your entire email pipeline either in HubSpot, okay, if you're a bigger company or bigger business, it would make sense. But if you're a small company, it's probably going to be going through your business Gmail and maybe some data and spreadsheets in Google Drive. So you can kind of combine all that and merge and give access to a agent to basically work with this data, right? So what you can do, you can create drafts for different email campaigns based on your inbox or based on the past contacts with your previous customers, right? So it can literally go through your Gmail, read the data, read the all the emails, right, and really have that voice that you're looking for your business, right, and draft emails and email campaigns with that voice, right? So again, you don't need to think about okay, what should be the brand voice, what should be the the messaging, even what should be the theme. Now the agent has access to your entire Gmail and it can create the whole thematic board for you, right? It can create your personas based on the customers that you're getting and responding and communicating with, right? So it all can be done by ChatGPT's agent and it can draft things for you, right? And then you just need to polish. Okay, so always remember that never send off AI agents like email stuff without actually doing polishes on it because right, so it's kind of easy to spot. So it's really good to brainstorm and create drafts, guys, right? So again, sort of your email campaign on Autopilot, it's much easier than sitting and creating drafts yourself for hours and hours, guys. Okay, so that's number one. So number two is going to be rapid market research and trend analysis. Okay, so what I mean by that AI agent and ChatGPT can basically browse websites like you or I would, right? So if I want to do market and trend research, for example, on a brand. So, for example, let's say I am in, I don't know, workout niche, right? So, first thing that comes to my mind is going to be Gymshark, right? So, for example, I want to do trend analysis and kind of see how they've structured their business model. So I can feed that to ChatGPT's agent. So I'm gonna, for example, take the website, okay, and I'm gonna say something like, so I'm gonna just here do a rapid market research and trend analysis on gymshark.com and give me a full breakdown, okay, of their online model websites. We can say something like website design layout, maybe, okay, and we can do also and their latest social media trends. Okay, just for the example, I'm not gonna do the full pipeline here. What I'm gonna show you guys is just basically how it works. It's gonna set up his desktop, so it's setting up a virtual machine. Now it's gonna launch it, and now it's actually gonna go and browse the website. And we have like case study in digital innovation, right? So everything that's related to Gymshark, it's gonna basically do trend analysis, and it's gonna do the market analysis also for the Gymshark, and then give me the insights, right? So it's actually browsing the web now. We should see a preview in a second. You can also go to activity and actually see what is it doing step by step. But I like to see the desktop view. Okay. Now just really reading. Okay, but actually then it's gonna go to websites. We should see that in a second. I think it's just going through Google search right now. Okay, so now it's going into Medium. Okay, so sometimes it previews the actual website and it shows you. I think that's more of a when you're doing like actual website design research, which I'm gonna also cover in this video just in a bit. But right now it's just going through a static text, but still it's pretty cool. All these results are coming from Google search, right? So imagine yourself who have to go and read through everything manually. That would take probably hours, maybe even days. So now a agent does everything on autopilot. And as I said, this will take roughly about 20 minutes. So again, I'm just gonna stop the agent and I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right, so next one is going to be auto-generating reports and slide decks, right? So what I mean by that, you can actually generate Google Slides using, or I think it's generating PowerPoint or PowerPoint slides using a agent in ChatGPT. The only thing, it's going to be very raw. It's going to be very basic design. It's not going to be like fancy with charts and stuff like that, right? So you will need to adjust that. But again, it's going to give you the basic foundational structural layout for it, and you just need to kind of fill in the gaps from the design POV. But the way it's going to work, basically, again, you're going to be using a agent mode. Then you're going to click on the plus sign here and make sure you go to sources, to connectors, and you will need to connect a couple of things in this case, right? So you will want to have a Google Drive. Okay, so if we're working with the data, so we want to have Google Drive to upload some data and maybe some past slides if you have any. If you don't, it's fine. So we're going to use Google Drive to upload a bunch of data. It could be Word docs, spreadsheets, maybe some PDFs, right? Just kind of for the context and for you to understand what we are building the slides on, right? And then we can do something like even Notion, right? Maybe if you're sort of like database in a sense, maybe you're doing project management and client handling. If there's some data that you want to share with the AI agent, it can be through Notion if you're using it for the project management and for your day-to-day business needs, right? And then once it has all these data points, you can basically say, hey, can you create a like a report on this spreadsheet in the Google Drive, and then also check this PDF. So you need to reference what are you exactly looking for to do research for, and then instruct the ChatGPT to create a slide for you. And it's going to do it, and it's going to be actual PowerPoint slide. You just need to adjust the style. As I said, it's going to be very raw and not really colorful and beautiful, no dashboard, stuff like that. But again, it's going to be the foundation, and then you just need to fill in the gaps and you're going to be good to go. All right. Okay, so next up, it's going to be customer service triage and response, right? So if you are a business that deals with customers on a day-to-day basis, you have a lot of things coming in and out from your Gmail or any other project management tool. Again, if you're using, HubSpot, you can connect it directly. So it can actually, have a real-time access to your Gmail and help you to deal with maybe complicated cases, right? It can suggest how to de-escalate or negotiate something, right? If there is a escalated case, for example, right? So it can help you with day-to-day management and the risk management and assessing the risk of your current customer service, for example, status, right? So maybe it can flag, hey, we've been having a lot of emails about this product. There's some problems with the stock, or maybe problem with the quality, right? So a agent can flag that, right? It can have access to the real-time Gmail. So if there's a bunch of emails with repetitive issues or concerns, it's going to flag that to you if you basically want that, right? So again, you need to structure the prompt in a sense what you want. You want to extract a problems in terms of the product, problems in terms of your entire customer service pipeline, problems in terms of the customer service as a department as a whole, right? So you need to narrow down and decide what you want, and then work with AI agent to fix these issues, right? All right, so next up, we have basically a really fun one, website design analyzer. This is actually really cool, right? So it can actually go and analyze the structure and the layout of the websites and help you maybe with the UI, with the UX, because again, when it browses the website, it actually looks at it as we would do. So actually for this one, let me run an agent. And again, we'll do like, we'll do something like run a website design analysis on Gymshark websites. Give me breakdown of their so I want architecture, okay, since it can access the front end, well, not the back end, but if you look at the code inspector, you can kind of get an idea what's the back end. In this case, it's going to be Shopify. Of the architecture, maybe layout, system design, okay, design, and anything else that's relevant, okay. So we can do that. Again, I'm not going to stick around for the entire prompt because again, it's going to be half an hour. What I really want for you guys to see to actually how it goes to the website and kind of discovers it, right? So let's see if it actually does that. Like I said, I found basically already a Gymshark headless, and headless is essentially it's a Shopify slash React tech stack, right? So you can use Shopify with the React and have a headless CRM, not CRM, but yeah, you can basically have a Shopify, merged with a React for some parts. So I think that's kind of what it's referring to, which is pretty cool. So it's a pretty good research. It's a good thing to know how big boys are running their business in terms of the website architecture, right? I'm just curious why it's not doing a full website preview. So no, this we're not going to do that. We're not going to take it over, but usually it gives like a preview. So it's bizarre that it's not doing it right now. I don't know. Because just yesterday, actually, I was able to use that, and I was actually seeing a actual preview, but not anymore. I don't know if they kind of removed that because the operation was too expensive to run. Now it's just purely working with a text and just like really basic skeleton preview. But anyways, guys, as you guys can see, it's doing research. It's actually going to websites from what I can see. So if I click on activity, you can kind of see that it's searching for this, then it goes to the website, and if the website is not accessible, it's going to go to a different source, right? So it does go on the websites and actually looks at them, but I'm just curious why it's not actually showing that anymore like it used to before, right? So it's opening new tabs, but there's no actual preview, so I'm not really sure if that was like a last minute change because it was working yesterday and the day before, right? My point is, guys, so it's going to do a roughly 15-20 minute research, and then it's going to give you a full breakdown of everything that it found. And then if you want to build a website, you can either do it yourself using something like Cursor or Replit, whatever. Well, not really. If you're doing Shopify, obviously you're going to use Shopify, or maybe you can bring it to your Shopify developers, and they're going to bring, and they're going to build something similar based on your findings, okay? So yeah, you can use it in different ways. Not really limited to just one website. It can analyze and review any website or any SaaS or micro SaaS really. Then you can ask an agent to literally analyze the website and give you, the closest thing that it thinks that the web application or application is based on, and you're gonna have the stack, and then you can try to replicate if you want to. Okay. All right, next up we got Ad Creative Generator and Optimizer. So if you are in advertising space, again, you can use this to your advantage, right? So you have a couple of tools in your toolkit here, right? So first of all, obviously you have the web search, okay? So if you're working with, if you're in advertising, you know very well that trends are going on day-to-day basis. Today one thing is trending, tomorrow it's not. So you will be working a lot with the web search, right? But also if you want to give context of your business or your client, again, you can use Google Drive, you can use Notion, right? If you have like maybe some assets, some images as well, because don't forget, ChatGPT does have a vision option, meaning it can see and understand what's happening on the image, so it can extract the context from there, right? So you can connect and merge different sources. Google Drive, again, HubSpot, if you have a lot of client relational data on the HubSpot, for example, right? Gmail, maybe if you have some, um, past campaign details that you want to share with the agent, right? So you can kind of also learn from that. But again, the biggest one is probably going to be the Google Drive, because you can upload PDFs if there were some, white papers done on the previous case studies, on the best campaigns you've done in the past, or maybe your competitors, right? So you can feed all of that data, or maybe you can do some web scraping, right, using the web search here. And it's going to look for the latest trends on TikTok, because it it can access TikTok without actually logging in, right? So if you go on TikTok and you search for some trending videos, you will be able to preview, and at some point TikTok will ask you to log in, but still you will get that initial data, right? So there were different ways to work around that, but still you can have a good chunk of data to kind of create a pretty cool creative ideas and really optimize them with the AI agent here. All right, and the last one, guys, is going to be competitor monitoring and intelligence feed, right? So with this one, what you can do, you can basically, analyze and keep close tabs on your competitors, right? Because a agent doesn't sleep; it can work 24/7, right? So on a daily basis, you can basically rerun this, this agent or this prompt, and you can say something like, run a competitor, for example, competitor analysis. Again, I'm going to fix all of my typos here. Competitor analysis on brand X, and you just plug in the brand that you want to do competitor analysis on, for example. And if you don't want to like go, too in depth, you can say something like extract the latest trends or new products, highlights, or honestly anything that you want to come to spy on your competitor, because don't forget it has access to a AI agent that can literally look at the websites like you are and I am. It can go on social media and do web scraping. It can do a lot of stuff that you could do in a lot of hours. Okay, it can do that in 20, 30 minutes, right? So it's really up to you how you want to do this, right? And then you can ask, for example, it to compile all of that data and sort of create a intelligence report or really full insight report based on that, and with some suggestions, right? So you always want to get suggestions, right? So based on this data that you did on this research and all the data set you have, now suggest what we could apply for our business, brand, or service to improve or compete, right? And again, you can ask it to maybe project what would be based on these today's data and trends, what would be trending, let's say, I don't know, 3 to 4 months from now, right? So it depends on which Q you are. Do you want Q2 to Q3 for, which quarter you are planning for, right? So it will depend. Usually marketing, we're planning for months and months ahead for all the quarters in advance. So you can try to project and forecast essentially what would be the trends and kind of based on these insights, what you should be kind of aiming for, right? So you can do all of that with the ChatGPT's agent right here. All right, guys. Oh, guys, and also don't forget there will be a free Google Doc available as a downloadable link. So it's going to be basically a Word doc or Google Doc, whatever the hell you guys want to call it, where I'm going to compile basically all of these ones that we covered today, and I'm going to provide some bunch of, well, not bunch of, a few free prompts that you can use for these AI agents, right? So we covered we covered 7 of them. So I'm going to give you 7 free prompts that you can use for these AI agents. Okay, so it's a freebie. Don't worry about it, guys. So make sure to check out below the video in the description box. There's going to be a link to download the Google Doc, Word Doc, whatever it's called. I keep forgetting because it changes all the time with all these trends. So there's going to be a document. Let me be old school. A document with a link that you can download and have these prompts for free and use it with your ChatGPT, guys. Okay, so make sure to download it because it's free. And if you have any questions or suggestions for the content, shoot them down in the comment section, and I'll gladly do it. But if not, guys, super thanks for watching the videos. I hope you did enjoy and found it useful, although it was a little bit less dynamic, less visual content happening. So it's more of a knowledge base here. Just really sharing the knowledge here, guys. So if you did enjoy the video, again, subscribe, enable notifications, and guys, you already know I'm gonna see you next time.